can talk about another guy with a cool name, a lot of hype behind him.
Okay.
Chris Olave.
Olave.
I love Chris Olave. Okay, let me get that
Olave,
straight. That guy, I swear he's a dog.
He is. He is a dog. He has to be a dog.
But based on target share, targets, production, Rashid Shaheed's the one through 5 weeks, and by almost every metric you can look at.
Yeah, Rashid.
Now, I don't want to lean too heavily into what happened against the Chiefs because Olave put up a stinker in my opinion, but that's what the Chiefs do. It doesn't matter who they have or what their defensive personnel is. They're taking away your number one option and saying you have to beat us somewhere else.
Yeah.
And obviously that just didn't happen for the Saints because it doesn't happen for any team so far this year. Nobody's beaten the Chiefs. But yeah, I mean, we talked about it before the season with him and Garrett Wilson, where we felt like, if it's the same thing that we've been seeing, where they're good, not great, that the value could start dripping down. And I feel like we're already seeing that. Like especially with the young guys who have been performing, like Brian Thomas on Keep Trade Cut is wide receiver 10. Neighbors is wide receiver 2, Marv is wide receiver 6. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, well, Brian Thomas has been doing a good year, but I would never have thought like Chris Olave would be lower than him.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just the reactionary aspect of where we're at in fantasy at this point. It's becoming more and more redraft focused. Ain't that right, Whiskey?
Yeah. I think Chris Olave, I think it's too early to give up on him.
Yeah.
But yeah, for now it's just kind of like maybe if you got a good lineup, maybe don't even start him.
It is tough. I mean, he's not a must start every single week in my opinion. I mean, you'd have to have a pretty good wide receiver room to not start him. But if you're in a shallow league where you're only starting two receivers guaranteed,
let's say you have Terry McLaurin on your bench.
Yeah.
Because
that's a great
with
example.
how he's doing, it's like I would almost say probably put Terry over him.
Yeah,
so.
For sure. I mean, at least from a lineup perspective. But just like we said with Bijan, if you want to take Chris Olave and tear down to Terry McLaurin, you're getting a first-round pick on top of that.
Yeah.
For sure. And you're going to likely get these same results this year.
Yeah.
So if you discount everything that's happened so far for the Saints, from this point to the end of the season, who do you think has more fantasy points, Olave or Rashid Shaheed?
Oh, Rashid.
You think so?
Yeah. By a lot.
I think it's tough.
I think it's what I will say. I think if I want to play a better player, obviously Chris Olave, but Shaheed with his deep threat, boy's a dog.
Yeah. I will say this. I'm probably not looking at starting either of them right now.
Yeah. After that goose egg?
Well, not just the goose egg. Carr is missing time for sure. And the Saints said that they're looking at Spencer Rattler for starting next week.
Who was the boy that was playing yesterday? Why was he even in?
He was
trash.
He was awful. I do not recall his name, but the Saints have already decided.
I don't even want to know it. Tell me.
Yeah, moving on. It's you're just going with the Rattler and seeing what he's got.
And hope that he has some. Yeah, you always got hope for the young kids.
Oh yeah, I mean there's plenty of college production behind the name Spencer Rattler. He should be a prepared guy.
Drama too though.
Oh yeah, all
setting and starting. Yeah, they don't know, but.
Well, maybe they'll get into that with the Saints here now too.
Yeah, they probably will. And I would have to imagine all the trade rumors for Adams is probably gone after last night. But.
Yep, I would assume and.
I would have said too if Adams would have been there, I would have said don't even.
Man, I don't want to touch it. Yeah.
Get rid of Olave.
Yeah. That'd be a tough scene.
Yeah.
Thankfully, that's not the direction it's looking like it's going, but we should get Adams news soon.
Yeah.
That, from what I'm hearing, is both sides are very motivated to get it done as soon as possible.
Well, it's good for Rob Bowers. It's good for Trey Tucker. Good for a lot of those
Absolutely
guys.
Opens things up for the Raiders for sure.
Yeah.
Sidebar about the Raiders here. So their coach Antonio Pierce said they're treating this week like a quarterback competition. So that's awful, right? Yeah. Obviously Minshew and O'Connell.
Minshew played pretty well though on Sunday.
I thought he was okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like if you're gonna make the switch and you bench Gardner, you almost have to start O'Connell the next week.
Yeah.
If you decided mid-game to do that, then you're just gonna ride with O'Connell.
Yeah.
But I don't like that. I mean, if it's an open competition, right? If they're treating it like competition, that means they're splitting reps with the first team in my eyes. That's not good because they're not getting the job done with full reps. during practice, and they're still not polished enough on Sundays.
Right.
It can't be, good, especially, they don't have the security blanket of Devontae Adams.
I don't think it would piss me off as a fantasy owner because I have Gardner Minshew. I'm not starting him unless I got an injury.
Whatever.
So, I would just be pissed off if I was a Raiders fan.
Yeah.
Because you're giving up on the season already.
Yeah, it's just what are we doing?
I don't even know the record. It's probably not that good, but it can't be that bad. They won a couple games, right?
Yeah, they've won 2, I believe.
Yeah, so, 2 and 3, you can't give up on the season yet. But
no, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, but, when your number one receiver shows up and says, all right, I'm out after 3 weeks, it is tough.
That is kind of tough. Josh says he sucks. Josh says Devontae Adams, he's washed. He's like a 32-year-old receiver or something like that.
Well, he is like a 32-year-old receiver.
I still think he's...
I think he's got it.
Yeah.
I think he's still got it.
I think he goes...
Every team in the NFL would be improved from adding him to their roster.
Yeah.
In my eyes.
Yeah. But Josh is an idiot, so...
Yeah, that guy traded Bijan. What a moron.